That state would destroy Iowa. It'd destroy it. But they can't make those. Or right now, they haven't made those changes. If they could make those choices, those changes, yeah, it would destroy Iowa.
What state could be the next best state? We're talking with Skip Sligh, who came from Michigan and hunts primarily in Iowa. What other states could be the next great state, and what regulations would have to change in order for that to happen? Hope you guys enjoy this. Let's get right into it. Here we go.
Indiana has just absolute top-notch potential. Handful of states, this whole belt of fertility, where you've got corn and soybeans mixed with timber. Southern Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, all of them have equal potential that's just phenomenal. And I would say you go, well, which ones have the most cover? And add Minnesota and Wisconsin to that, the southern parts of those. And you say, well, they have considerably more good cover and mix of cover than Iowa, but they have considerably worse results. Well, that's all due to regulations. So there's probably maybe just shy of 10 states that could be just astronomically amazing for everybody, for all hunters. It'd give opportunities to everybody if they just made a couple common sense regulation choices and changes.
Do you think anything like that is realistic?
I think, probability speaking, everybody's like, listen, our state has been like this for so long. The hunters are so stubborn that the chances are slim. But there's 10 states that probably fit this category. And you looked at a few of them, and I don't know Indiana's history if they were always $1. But if a state makes one change like that, one of these states is going to make a change.
And people are going to follow.
Yeah, and here's why I think out of 10, you say, well, maybe 8 never change a thing. Fine. But a couple will. And here's why my gut tells me a couple will. Is because 20 years ago, you had the stubborn generation that, hey, we don't do this, or, we don't shoot does, or we just shoot the first buck we see. We got to have our buck pool filled with bucks. You got these hunters that are great. Well, now you have a younger generation that's coming up that gets deer management. They understand it. They want a more balanced age structure. They want to be able to hunt older bucks, more mature bucks. So the new generation, every year that goes by, this newer generation that, I'm just going to say it, they just get it a lot better than the old school. They're taking over and they're making the decisions. So I would just say, statistically speaking, the fact that the younger generation is coming up through the ranks and they're going to be controlling more of the regulations and what happens. I think a couple of these states are finally going to go, let's just do some things that make common sense. It's going to make our state amazing. Instead of having all the people leave to want to go to Iowa and wait 5 years for a tag, let's fix our own state. It'll happen. It'll happen in a couple states. I don't know which ones, but I think that movement is growing, and I think the younger generation with their education is going to make it happen. If I had to guess, in the next 5 or 10 years, maybe one of these states makes a common sense change that blows their state up and maybe takes a little attention off of our state, which I would love.
I bet you would. So it looks like around the year 2000, they changed that. No, in 2002. Okay. 2002, they changed that. This one's the stat.
So things can change.
Yeah, and so it says since the year, this was in a 2018 article, since the year 2000, Indiana has jumped from 11th to 4th in overall typical Boone and Crockett bucks.
So anybody with just a drop of common sense and a drop of education can look that up and they go, yeah, I have heard more about Indiana. They have put out more big bucks. What's happened? Well, look, they went from $2 to $1. So if Indiana can make a change, why can't Minnesota make some kind of a change? Wisconsin, Missouri, Michigan, all these states, there's little changes they could make. I mean, I hear it all the time. There's always, oh, no, nobody will ever change. No, we'll never change. It can change. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying all these states are going to change overnight, but my gut tells me that a couple of these states are going to change, and there's enough people that are just sick of seeing their state's potential just be ruined every year, just ruined. So I think as this younger generation comes up, we're going to see a few states make even just a little bit of change, just like going to the $1 rule, or hey, let's move the rifle season back 2 weeks, just little things like that.
I feel like that's anarchy, though, for like that crowd. Like, we've been doing hunting camp for the same year.
Just because it's been like this forever, so we have to keep it like this forever. There's no logic to that.
No,
there's no logic. It benefits everybody. If you can have a better age structure across the whole herd, it's balanced, it's healthy. it's more opportunity for everybody. It's not like it just benefits one group, because the guy that wants to shoot a 1.5-year-old buck or 2.5-year-old buck, he can still do that. It's just the guys that they say, hey, my passion is to try and target a little bit older buck, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, whatever. Now they actually have an opportunity to do that. So the guys that want to shoot, the people that say, hey, I just want to shoot the first buck that walked by, they'll always have that opportunity.
Yeah.
In every state. And now we're just giving opportunities to people that say, no, I want to shoot something a little older. This is a challenge. I want to chase a deer that actually exists, maybe a 3-year-old that actually does exist, because we have some sense of management. I mean, in Iowa, if your goal, I mean, it's still rare here, but if your goal is to chase or to hunt a 5-year-old deer in Iowa, you can do that here. If somebody said, hey, I want to go to Michigan and chase 5-year-old deer, it's wasting your time. You're totally wasting your time.
Hope you guys enjoyed this. My name is Jake Hofer, and I'm a real estate agent out of the state of Illinois, and it's my goal to help 100 people buy their first farm. Been doing that with the Land Podcast and clips like this every single Thursday and Saturday that are released here on the channel. And to be one of those 100 people, all you have to do is, if you're in the state of Illinois and I can help you, I'd be happy to do so. Number 2, if you want to get connected with someone that can help you, reach out, and I'll be happy to get you in contact with an agent that I would personally do business with. And the last one is, if you just simply learn something from the content we're putting out, or you get inspired to take action, I want to know, get you out of that spreadsheet. I'm on a mission to help 100 people. Until next time, see ya.